Hi guys. Well, it's Becky Chernick, and it's awesome to be here and live with this 24-hour global summit. I can't thank you guys enough for the invitation. Let's do a call out to Mr. Anthony Santangelo as well as Miss Lisa Copeland. I can't thank you enough, guys, for inviting me to be a part of this special moment. And believe me when I tell you, what a special moment in time that we have here. For those, I founded my company, Charter Consulting. I provide the very best in finance and insurance training for automotive dealership groups, RV, recreational dealers, independents, as well as allied industry professionals. And I think I'm kind of unique in that my training involves, from the time that customer lands on that dealership website to figuring things out online, to the customer coming into the dealership, from that sales process to desking the transaction, working with sales managers and understanding leadership responsibility roles and communication, as well as streamlining this process from sales all the way into finance, whatever that finance role is, with that single point sales associate. And also I am the host of the F&I Today on CBT Automotive Network for a couple of years. So believe me when I tell you, when we talk about some of this body language stuff, I quite get it. I've been there, I've done it. And we are talking about today effective presentation with positive body language and for our offline presentations and online presentations. Look, I want to talk a little bit about, 2 weeks ago, Anthony Santangelo calls me and he says, "Hey, Beck, can you fill in a slot for this remarkable summit meeting that we're going to have?" And I'm like, "Of course I can. Thank you so much, Anthony, for asking me." But never in my wildest imagination did I think, even 2 weeks ago, I think it was like the 14th, I don't know, but maybe that week, that never in my wildest imagination did I think that here we are, we almost, we're falling at our knees. We are in a crisis mode. And, I'm kind of like, I am that card person because, I always like to believe that the glass is half full rather than empty. And I always take that proactive stance and we move on, right? We make the best of it because that's what good card people do. But never in my wildest imagination did I think that this crisis would come the way that it has, and it's shut down dealerships across the country. Let's face it. We're working at skeleton crews if we're lucky, right? And so you can believe that this has all shifted to who we are and what we are. And it will forever change the landscape. We're not going backwards, guys. We can't. And, some of the guys will say, well, I'll just wait until the storm's over and everything will go back to the way that it used to be. Well, frankly, guys, for the guys and gals who have their eyes and ears shut down, heads buried in the sand, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to fare very well here. This is the time to be proactive, not reactive. This is the time to put these skill sets into place. So I will say, one thing I do want to ask y'all to do, if you wouldn't mind, please share this to all my friends, to your friends, to our associates, everywhere. This is a remarkable time in our life, right? So please share this with your friends and family and groups and associates. But I say last night, wasn't last night. It was early this morning at 12 a.m. with Miss Lisa Copeland and her message. And it was really important. And her message says, stay teachable. So what exactly does that mean? It means that you don't have time to bury your head in the sand, that you have to adapt and be proactive to this change. And that change is communicating the customer way, meeting customers online, that there's no more walls. We have invisible walls. That's what we have. We have to meet customers on their terms. So you know what, as I told you, I have been in and out of dealerships all over the USA and Canada. I was an F&I director, and I was darn good at what I did. as an F&I director. And if you think I didn't have a big head, think again, I had a huge head. There were times that I thought that I really knew it all. But you know what? As we go through our career journey, I realize, man, I don't know it all. I'm learning all the time. And, I don't always have all the answers, guys, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful. There was a time in my life where someone said I couldn't make it. But there was a time in my life where they said, women can't sell cars, forget about it. But I didn't forget about it. And you know what? I proved them all wrong. And you know what we're due today? We're going to prove them all wrong. We're going to be proactive. We're not going to be reactive. But Lisa also said, volume won't be the same in these stores in the country throughout the USA. And you know what? I happen to agree with Lisa. Not because she's awesome, because she's freaking amazing. That woman, she's amazing. She is so freaking, I learned so much from this Lisa. I bet you didn't know that, but I do. And terrific woman. But here's where I'm going with this whole thing. Every transaction has to matter. Car people, listen to me right now. That means our cash deals, our finance deals, credit union deals, lease deals. Volume kind of messed with us because it took away our skill set. If we had enough volume, it would just erase all the bad stuff that we were doing, right? And it did. But we don't have that luxury anymore. Every transaction, every deal, every person matters. Cash, credit union, finance, and those lease transactions. And it is the way that it is. And you know what? There is this new buzzword in the industry. All you have to do is read a newsletter. You have to watch TV. And more dealers are getting it. They are providing their customers with this curbside and home delivery opportunity. So, the thing is, I've talked about this until the cows have come home. And I have shared with many a dealer that, what is so freaking critical for you to think outside the box, to meet customers on their terms. For the past 5 years, I've been talking about this. But today, it's now. It's now, guys. We've got to do a better job in meeting customers on their terms. And you know what? Here's the thing. I've got to watch for my 30 minutes here. So if you see my head kind of switching over, watching for my time, that's what I'm doing. But it's so important that we have to adapt to these changes. And there are some dealers, not even the public groups, for crying out loud. We have Rick Case here, Jimmy Ellis here. They are providing customers with the option to go curbside, to go ahead and take home deliveries. So what this means is you've got to have digital retailing going on. Come on, you've got to be on those platforms. Now, here's what I'm saying. I don't think that you have to go all the way with it, but I will say that you better be able to light up the switch, turn that switch on, turn that camera on, and you've got to go ahead and be personable, and you've got to be able to communicate the customer way. You've got to be able to do a Skype presentation. You've got to be able to do a Zoom presentation. And the thing is, you got to have fun with it. And you better know your stuff. And you've got to be confident in your skin, inside and out. And you better know your stuff really, really well. And guys and gals, I've been talking about this for years. It's all about transparency. It's all about being upfront with our customers. There's no hiding, there's no cheating. Not to say that not to say anyone cheats. Let's pretend you don't. But this selling stuff has to go away. And really getting in to a lock, solid down presentation, owning your word tracks, owning and understanding your product knowledge inside and out will be absolutely critical. Now, some of you guys may or may not understand where I'm going with this, but you know it as well as I do. I'm in the trenches. I watch you guys. I know what's going on. See, that's the thing about me. I really do know what's going on. And so some of the guys, man, let me tell you, the guys that ace it, they know their stuff. They're running $1,500 per car. Well, because they're out there, they're meeting customers on their terms. They're doing everything they can to make a difference, to meet customers where customers want to be met. And that's in the dealership, or that could be online. But, all this matters because, because honesty is the best policy. So even when we mess up, right? Honesty is the best policy. One of the mottos that I have always believed in and is all about the Chernick way, Becky Chernick's way, is you don't have to break laws to break records. I talk about this not because if you're going on live, if you're talking and you're talking your business and you're doing your presentations on live, there's no time to hide anything. You've got to be upfront 100% of the time. Customers will catch you. The thing about this body language, which we will talk about because we are talking about effective presentations through positive body language, offline, online, customers will read you. They read me. You read me. I know you do. And you know what? It's uncomfortable. It really is. I remember when I took the role as the F&I host, right, on the CBT. And I thought, oh my God, the minute they turned those freaking lamps on, the lights on, I was cringing. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm freaking out. I am freaking out. Guess what? When you turn your lights on, you're going to be freaking out too. So this is why it's so important today that we take this role and that we do a better job in our presentation skills. Our presentation skills will be everything. So your body language can make you or break you. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at this guy here. This guy's a really interesting kind of guy. Now, to me, he is in the role of closing, and he's got this look on his face. Well, let me tell you something. If you don't buy from me, you're stupid. He's got that look of, I think he's kind of rude in a way, but, he really thinks he knows it all. That's what he kind of looks like to me. And see, that's something that you don't want to look like to others, especially face-to-face, especially when you're online. You want to really make sure that the customer sees you as friendly, that you're open-minded, that you're knowledgeable, that you're positive. And so I want to share a story with you that I think that goes a long way. As you know, I am in the dealerships and I sit through presentations. That's what I do. I do presentations too, but I sit through presentations. And I'm going to tell you right now, oh my God, some of the presentations that I've seen, I've watched people roll their eyes. Oh my God, it's late at night. We have another customer. Now, if you're rolling your eyes and you've got that look like, you know what? I got another cash customer. Oh my God, here they come. That is going to mess your presentation up. Customer sees it a mile away. They just do. Customers read you like you read them. Make no mistake about it. But this one was pretty funny. So I'm watching this guy and he's doing his presentation. He's a nice guy. He's a great guy, F&I. He's a great F&I person. He's new and he's military, ex-military. I'm kind of giving it away, but I promise I won't say any names. But anyway, after the day, we go over the presentations, performance, our numbers, and things like that. And I said to him, in front of his manager, I said, oh, by the way, I got to tell you, you're a bit condescending looking. I mean, you've really got that look about you that people kind of don't want to buy your products from you. You know what I mean? They kind of feel like you're argumentative. They feel like you're rude. And people don't buy from people that they don't like. And they didn't like him. And he needed to hear that. And I'm the one who has to tell the truth, right? I have to tell it the way it is. So it was funny because his manager said, you're kidding me. I can't believe you just said that. And I'm like, uh-oh, I guess I'm in trouble. But I said, guys, I have to tell it the way it is, or otherwise, how will you learn? I don't sugarcoat stuff. Don't ever hire me to sugarcoat anything. I don't. I tell the truth. I get to the heart of the matter because that's the right thing to do, right? That's the right way to go with this whole thing. So anyway, he goes, thank God you said that. I'm like, okay, go figure. He says, I got 3 customers who said the same thing. Condescending. You're condescending. How many of you guys actually just slouch in your chairs? You just sit back and you think you own the world. I mean, I want you to own the world. I want you to be confident in your skin, but you can't be slouching in your chair. You got to be positive. You got to be poised. You got to be ready. You got to be intuitive. You got to be bright. You got to be brilliant. And you can't be argumentative. Your body language, again, can make or break you. So we talk about, okay, now I have to get online. Beck, I'm not really comfortable online. And I'm going to tell you how many times my F&I people, when they attend my workshops, are like, don't videotape me. Please don't videotape me. Why do you got to videotape me, Becky? And I'm like, well, here's why. Because it's just going to make you a better person, better F&I person. It's going to help you to learn how to present better. What you look like in front of that customer. How they respond to you. It's so critical. So here's what I'm going to share with you. You got to videotape. You got to videotape your presentations all the time, as much as you possibly can. And you got to practice, drill, rehearse. You got to get with it. You got to own your material. You got to be confident in your skin. You got to know and overcome your product objections. In fact, frankly, guys, you got to know your products all that much better. You got to know them inside and out, and you've got to have that presentation down pat. A customer really can't be looking at you and saying, let me share this with you. Okay. You're verbally agreeing with me. However, your body language says just otherwise, right? Key picture. I love it too. But that's what happens. We're saying one thing, but we look like something different. So we really do need to pay attention to who our body language and how we're communicating with our customers today, more so than ever before. And so with that said, we got to communicate on camera. We got to be authentic. I got to tell you, Mike and Kim Barnes, love your stuff. Thank you so much. Here's the truth. That's a skill set that has to be acquired. And as I mentioned before on the F&I Today show, when I first got started, I was uncomfortable. My hands were flopping all over the place. My eyeball, I'm telling you, talk about, it's just a different skill set. So this is why we got to get comfortable. We've got to get confident in our presentation styles. And we've got to be able not to come across offensive, authoritative. We can't be rude. We gotta show that we care. Keep your tone down. And many times, I'm telling you guys right now, even belly to belly, face to face presentations in that F&I office, and when you're uncomfortable, you speed it up. So when you're online with that customer, guess what? You got to slow it down a pitch or two. Customers have to understand what you're talking about, and that in of itself takes time to do. And you got to plan in advance. So this is why I'm saying you got to practice, you got to drill, you got to rehearse, you got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're at and where are you going. And you've got to be consistent with that, right? And you've got to be confident, but you're going online. You're going online. So you have to really, whatever that plan is, with digital, with the digital menu, with the digital platform, along with your digital menu, along with your video, Skype, and or your Zoom presentations, you've got to have your PowerPoint. You have to have your presentations down. You need to come off polished, positive, sincere, credible, likable, confident. You need to be knowledgeable, okay? And you got to know your products inside and out. I think I've already said that. And of course, be confident with disclosing all terms. Oh, and be upfront, because customers are going to ask, how much am I paying for this vehicle? How much am I financing? What are my terms? What's my base payment? And you got to come across sincere. You can't get all upset. You can't get flustered with it, right? And here's one thing that I want to mention. Kate Barnes, I believe, and Mike was talking about putting a smile on your face during your presentations. Well, you know what I told that condescending F&I manager, right? I said, guys, you got to put a smile on your face when you're doing that presentation. When I was doing videos for the first time, I was looking at it and I was going, oh my God, I look like I'm angry. I look like I'm a little pissed off. And you can't, because people don't want to look at people that are pissed off and frustrated. You can't look like that. You got to look like, man, I want to buy anything from you. I like you. You are so freaking cool. But at the same time, you're personable. I feel good about you. You're trustworthy. You're credible. You got yourself together there. And that, man, let me tell you something that is so important. You put that recipe together. I will tell you, you can't help it but be more successful. And you're going to sell more, make more, do more, be more. You can do it. You really can do it. So here's what we're going to be doing. Guys, we're going to do some email video campaigns. How about that? Introducing yourself to your customers for the first time online, on video. Sending out these video campaigns to your customers, letting them know who you are and what you're all about. Talk about a change. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah. Sending some information about why that customer needs to buy from you. Why should they not only buy that vehicle from you, why should they be financing with you? What terms do you have available? Who you were and what you were. What sets you apart from the rest of these other dealers down the street? Why do they want to buy from you? Why would they rather do their financing with you, right? So you have to develop that. You have to create that mindset. You have to create that body language that is so effective in your presentation skills, email, video campaigns. You'll also want to go ahead and understand some of your product offerings. You know, guys, you need to go ahead and do more video product offerings, right? And really kind of show the world, hey, these are some of the products that we offer. Showcase your products. Be really proactive when it comes to that. People want to buy from you. Let them buy from you. I can't harp that. I've been saying that for years. You know, we used to have all these shopping, and we still do networks. People buy Amazon. They buy Amazon all the freaking time. Make it easy. Easy peasy. People like buying when it's convenient. Make it convenient. Tell the customer all the reasons, you know, why they want to buy from you. What makes you different from the rest? Video product offerings. Showcase your products. Be proud of them. Be upfront. Be more transparent. Make people like you. Get that body language down. Get that video stuff going. And believe me when I tell you, it probably will be, a consistent change in the way that we do F&I. It will. This whole thing, make no mistake, is going to revolutionize the way that we do F&I. I'm telling you guys right now, it is going to revolutionize the way that we do F&I going forward. And it can be a very positive thing. Again, people buy from people that they like, who are credible, who are trustworthy, who are willing to give them the information, who, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Feel good about what you're doing. And let me make sure we got the time down. We almost got the time down. I'm at 6:54. And we also, video production, product explanation. I talked about this with my Facebook, F&I Today, F&I social media presence. You better have one. You better have one. Get out there, get people liking you. All on Facebook. I don't know. There's TikTok now. Lisa said TikTok is, I don't know. I kind of agree where Lisa's going with that. I'm like, TikTok? I don't even want to go on TikTok for. Well, That could be a game changer. Whatever that it takes, right? Always think outside that box, right? Always practice, drill, rehearse. Always make sure that you're communicating the customer way. Guys, here's the other thing. There's no more walls. There's no more walls. We meet customers on their terms. I've been talking about that interview for 100 years and then some, that some people listen to, a lot of people don't. Customers are not coming into that F&I office like they used to. You don't have a choice. You've got to meet customers on their terms. There are no more walls at home, in their office, whatever that it takes. And here's the thing I want to share with you. My company, Churning Consulting, be more than happy to work with you, to train you up on how to convert those customers to your financing. I'm telling you, this is where it's going. This is what you got to do. And I think by doing that, you're going to be that much better. You got to be prepared to address customer concerns. You got to roll up your sleeves and grind it out and get back to work. And you know what? Get positive, get proactive. While you're home right now, I got to tell you, you need to study. You need to figure out ways. Boss, I need to get on the horn. We need to start emailing my customers. Any customers who are coming outside of that manufacturer's warranty, I want to send an video email to, hey, take advantage of a service contract. In fact, not only that, when things get a little bit better, I'm here to help you and address any concerns that you may have, and also to help you with your next purchase. Be sensitive to customer needs. Watch your messaging. Watch the way that you present yourself to customers. Be proactive, be attentive. Listen to the customer needs. This is what they want more than anything else. Reduce the frustration in their lives, okay? Be the person, build that relationship with that customer for life. And I'm not kidding you. Email that customer, do a video presentation to your customers, and let them know that you're here for them, whether it be to sell them another vehicle, to help them in service, or to offer them maybe a service contract that they didn't take advantage of. But we have to be mindful. You got to be mindful of the message that you give to the customer, your body language. It's got to be very positive, and it's got to be reassuring. It needs to be sincere, kind, genuine. You need to be authentic, genuine. And you know what? If I haven't said this, you got to have fun, because the car business is fun, right? It's still fun. It's still fun. We may not, we might have to work with a skeleton crew for a while, but we'll get this. And I actually believe that the ones that really, really work at this is going to make a huge difference going forward. So with that said, I just want to make sure that you know, up next is Natalie Phillips. So you definitely want to make sure that you stay tuned for Natalie Phillips. She's freaking awesome. She's amazing. And, I'm also here to address and answer any questions that you have. And I hope you call me. You can call me Becky, but you call me at 404-276-4026. I really hope that you take advantage of, some of these trainings from all across the globe today. And again, I can't thank you enough, Lisa Copeland. I can't thank you enough, Anthony Santangelo, for allowing this and giving me also the opportunity to present effective presentations through a positive body language offline and online today. And with that, I think we're almost done here. We got like 1 second. I want to also thank you guys for being here and supporting me, right? You are awesome. And I really appreciate my Facebook friends. Thank you so much. And with that, we're almost done. And I know that we've had some good comments here. Thank you, Anthony Santangelo, Jason, Andy Brewer, Anthony Santangelo. I've got some Christine Farnan has come on. And love you guys, and I love you so much. And I will definitely make it a point to respond to all your comments, okay? So hopefully I made this right for you. Okay, Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and your friendship and your support.